Good morning, coming to you at 0500 hours, 12 minutes. This one won't be as long. I have an appointment in the morning, Tuesday, December 18, 2018. This one is titled Power of the Power of Oneness Control. This is still on the Power of Oneness uh, series. My series is not based on Wiccan, Nation of Islam, and like the five pillars or whatever, Hinduism, Judaism, Hebrewism, all these isms. It's based on just things in life and that we go through. And if you can see, I had a person ask me, what is my studies? I was like, no, I don't study a lot. It was like, oh, because you use certain words and you say certain things. So to them, it just sounds as I'm just everywhere, which knowledge is unlimited. And I'm learning the power of oneness in other religions. Some people believe in the now. I heard people that's close to me are like, whoa, they believe in an absolute. So that means that's the one and only. As I say, there is knowledge. We can go a direction, knowing that this is bad for me. I'm going to keep going down this path. I'm going to keep taking the same journey that is bad for me. And knowing that if I go in the stage I am in, at the mark I am at in my life, the points that I made, the things that I've done, and I'm working on my positivity, why would I send myself to a negative place knowing it won't get better? Now, here's the other side. This is why I say knowledge. They say knowledge is power because knowledge you constantly gain. Because I say things to people when people talk, I don't know where this came from. I thought it was just observation or discernment. I thought it was being analytical, but it's really a matter of taking people at their word with truth. And this is about control. Knowing that if I go this direction, unless now, here's the other side, there's a temperance. There's a temperance, meaning hot or cold, up and down, left or right. Should I go decision making, responsibility, accountability, and control? You have full power of what you're doing. Don't matter what no one, don't matter if someone is literally telling you, commanding me, and demanding me, it's no, I still have control over the things I still do. The one thing we talk about this is control and positivity. You and your inside, everything's in your surroundings. What you literally have is your positive. Everything on the outside of you. So your home, even in some points, can be negative. It's outside of you. But when you have no control over it, it becomes negative. So if you're in a single household and you're living by yourself, your home is always going to be positive because no outside influence can influence your home. Now, what you're doing, and this is what you're going to ask yourself, once you start getting outside influences, how are you dealing with, excuse me, the outside influence? And that's the question you have to keep asking yourself is what is bothering me about this outside influence? One moment. So what is bothering me about this outside influence? Why is that so important? So we're gonna talk about that. The negative. The negative is a void that it's the atmosphere, it's the environment, it's the things around you, which you have to constantly or insistently go around to make a change. So EI, you want to plant a garden. That's outside. You have no control over your outside. Listen, you got to hear it out at first because it goes to the positive too. I have no control. So you're planting these fruits in your garden. Do you notice? And after a while, why is my carrots keep getting eaten? What's going on? You realize the animals that's outside enjoy fruit as well. Those are the animals. Now they're going to start coming around. You may not have seen them as much. You may not even know they exist. Then you realize, wow, they love what I'm planting. They're going to come around. The animal is not a hater. The animal is not trying to stop you. The animal is doing what is natural. It's an outside fruit. You're planting it outside. So naturally outside, what the animal is looking at is this is food for me. And if that's food for an animal, now within your control, you have to figure out how to stop this animal from constantly eating your food. You put signs up, you put things up to stop them, but they keep doing it. And you have to come to understanding what are some things you can place in effect. Remember, there's a cause and effect. Now, in this case, I'm using effect at the beginning. See, nobody think about the effect in the beginning. We also think about the effect in the end. Because we as people, we call it human nature. We need to go examine. We need to try it out. We need to do it before we can say that I know not to do it. That's not always the truth. Because if you need that as an absolute, that means you need to have a punishment before you understand that this action you are about to do, the effects that is going to cause, is going to hurt you in the long run. And you telling me by just thinking about it, once you came to understanding of whatever it is, it's not good for you, you're going to still do it? That right there to me, and the only words I can use is that don't make no sense. That don't make sense. If it's burning your hand, so you got five senses, and it's interrupting your senses. So if interruption, what you're trying to accomplish, and you need for this not to happen, why would you keep doing it? Why would you now think about this? I love statements as it's better to love than not to love. Okay, why is it better to love than not to love? But in the whole understanding of love, it take another person to reciprocate. It take they we always give claim, we always give power to the wow, these is the type of people I love. But are you that type of person do you love? Do you ever examine yourself enough to say, and why should a person give so much to you that you haven't gave so much to yourself? I'm challenging you, and I want you to really think about these. We're going into the new year. A lot of people about to make the dumbest resolutions that you cannot even commit to these resolutions because you haven't even took the time out to understand your resolution. So this is going into the positivity. So if you're looking within yourself, all the things I'm doing, I am able to do. And it's going to be an in between. I'm going to get to that in between. All the things I'm doing is able to do because you know why I have control. I have control over my movements. I have control over my mouth. I have control over my mind. I have control over my actions. I have control over me. And I have control over now my surroundings. Now that I'm aware that these animals are eating my fruit or vegetables that I'm planting, I have to make way to cover it. See, that's parent. That's a guardian. That's a guide. I am covering what I'm doing. As a guide, I have to, if I'm going to take a person from point A to point B, and even point C, D, and E, but to main points A and B, or A to Z, I have to make sure that I'm covering everything. Okay, it might rain, it might snow, it might sleet, it might hail, it might be a hurricane, it might be a blizzard. I have to cover that. I have to be aware of what's able to happen. But when I start allowing myself to not be positive, that means I'm not even in control. Like, wow, I'm in control of myself. Just because one person did one thing, that don't mean I have to do it. And the greatest example I want to use, I'm going to always go to the highest example, is a cheating. If you make a commitment with a person in a relationship, that person has to decide, do you want to be there or not? Your actions, Your words, your mouth, your movements, and the things you're saying and doing. So once you started doing those things, you're no longer, once that person break those actions, that's those commitments. So they're not giving you their time. They're not giving you, you're no longer, once they break them, they have to break the commitment first. And it has to be talked about because most people don't know how to communicate. That's why I would never be with somebody in a relationship that cheat on me. I don't give a fault and blame to just one side. You always hear me say certain things, divide and separation is divide and separation. I don't care how you look at it. From a male side, from a female side. Divide and separation is by divide and separation. And if you allowing yourself, remember this is your control to put yourself in a situation where you will commit adultery. That's your fault. That is not another person's fault. If a woman say to me that this man was in her face and I allowed her, I wasn't there. You did communicate with me. Unless she took the time out in her positivity to tell me these are wrong. But I'm not accountable for none of her actions. I'm not accountable. I'm only accountable for the actions that I do to her and with her. And if the in the non-actions, those are negative things, those are outside of me. The non-action. So if she want more of something and never verbalize it, then tell me this is why she did something that in the long run, adultery or cheating only hurts the person that cheat. And I found this out to be when I was talking to my friend, the spirit gave me a revelation. I gave him an understanding about the figure eight. He didn't accept the figure eight. I was shocked because I wasn't shocked. But because what he did, you know what he did? He didn't even use his own understanding. He went to someone else understanding. So I was like, whoa, other people understandings, even even how I broke it up to him, I broke it down. Why was why is other people understanding so prevalent to him? Because what he seemed to follow and what he wanted to be, he felt as they only aligned to him. I want to talk about that. So, and I learned I have to be okay because that is my commitment. I can't go by. So what she did on her time without explaining to me. So I want to say this: if a person cheat on you, that's their cheat. Don't think that if you're especially if you're not even in a courtship or a marriage. Hold on, wait. So you're in the courtship of marriage. You're not even there. You're dating someone. That means you're in separate households. You're separate money. You still working your separate jobs, or you're not collaborating nothing. You're not combining anything. You're not bonded fully together. You still have the things to look at, and they go do something on you. You think I'm gonna feel bad? I took away. I absolved the people bad. I absolved it because that's I did not do that. I did not perform not one of those actions. That person did. That person made a choice. They felt a certain way. But you know what they didn't do? They didn't come to me. They went outside the negative zone, the negative area to commit these actions. They committed those actions. They made a commitment to me, but they committed to actions that wasn't of me. They allowed different things. I don't know how much this is really helping someone, but you have to really think about this because it starts with you. They allowed this. So whatever you do, if you're that person, you're the cheater, you allowed it. And if she go back and do things on, so what I don't have to do anything back to that person. Only thing I can give that person is another chance. That's my only choice that that other person have. I don't care how much non-communication we. I don't care how much or less of sex. I don't care how much or less of money I was given. You made. I want you to be accountable, and that's so strong for 2019. Besides production, is that's part of it to be accountable and responsible for your own actions. That had nothing to do with me. I didn't go out and help you get the number. I don't care how much blame you want to put on me. It's almost as I put up a force shield to say, well, the forces and energies in me and my esteem, the power and ability that I have, I didn't do anything. I was still working with you. You may not like the level I was. Now, if you're not gonna like the level I was at, I'm gonna use like in this case. You don't like the level I was at. Why didn't we never communicate? So if you want to say we're gonna level up, I like that. Such as I go to elevate. Let's elevate together, or I'm elevated now on my own. So when I accomplish all my goal, well, when I succeed, put it that way first, because success is only fulfilled once you accomplish that. So writing my movie, I have a lot of success in writing these movies. It's not going to be fulfilled till I complete them and publish one. And that success still, I set out to do what I said I was going to do. It had nothing to do with another person. So when another person sees that, and if they worked hard themselves, they see your hard work. Two hardworking people, I don't care what it is, will understand that. And everything else you can work together. But I know if I worked hard as a EI, the biggest positivity is becoming a man. I'm not going to be with somebody, and this is to help people. Did not challenge you for this. They call them red and yellow flags. I'm not going to be with somebody. So if this person worked hard for everything they have and don't respect what I worked hard for, think about this. I'm going to use the EI of money, income. If you in a career, it requires, if everything you've done, because it's very hard for me to go to school. That take a lot. Just the school part. Not even getting up. I have a problem getting up, going in there and paying attention in the class or to the program, whatever the information I'm trying to receive, all the information I need so I can be success-filled, so I can succeed in this area of the career I choose or the skill I'm trying to get. I'm trying to get those skills for my career, my profession. So what I did is my blood, sweat, and tear, all this time I took out. And then I finally find someone I want to live my life with, or someone that intrigued me, I am interested in. And if she's willing and capable, not incapable, capable of understanding my life, that's the woman I would draw a courtship with. And that's that's the beginning. First, the relationship, or you can say courtship, relationship goes hand in hand. Those are almost the same. Courtship now is me courting her. Court, back the understanding of the word court, is to present in a place where you and the person come to a agreement. That's what a court is. You have to agree. And as my friend did, he the understanding of the figure eight he didn't get, but he took another word and he made it into his understanding. Now he tried to get in a new conversation. I was about to comment on it, but I left it alone. I said I'm not going to talk about it because I'm going into the year of positivity. I want to be talking to people. I don't have to understand. I'm going to know who I am. I know who I am. Now I'm going to say mean to people. So I'm the helper that seem a little bit meaner than before, because you know why I'm going to say mean? Because it's no be longer about you're not BSing me. I seen what I know we supposed to give second chances, but as we say, do we deserve one and did we earn one? Why would I court her if she don't understand my plight I became to get to where I'm at? It's not easy. You know, as the man I am, based on the society, it took me a little bit longer than a lot. So if you don't respect that me as the man, why would I want to validate my life with you? Think about that. You're going to validate my life of saying I was going to get married. I can't marry myself. I can't marry myself. I was going to have children. I can't have children by myself. So that person was going to validate you. That's when I learned that's what validation means. It has nothing to do with my positive or negative. I can't, the things I can't do by myself, There's going to be a person that validate that, but that's that same person that respects you. And the new element of love, I had looked this up. That's going to be another one. Love is actually a new element on this earth, more in the 20th century. That we never had the element of love. Even in the it was thought about more in the 1900s because it never got into place. Because when we started adding all these movements, love was still never one of the places. But nobody they spoke on. They said the word love, but they didn't even know what it was because they felt it in their heart, and they was like, it was such as, wow, I'm doing this because in my heart, this will not go by the waste. It's not a waste anymore. It's not a waste that one day somebody's going to see these videos if YouTube don't delete them. If it's still in a server, these videos, I know it's videos still up from when YouTube first started. Unless someone asks of you to remove them, they're going to still, I'm not going to ask for nobody to remove them. And you're going to hear me say the same thing 10 years from now. Now when I'm better off, 5 years from now, I'm better off made. Now I'm established. Now I'm going to be established. Now is going to be its sight. It took away the I. That woman I'm with, we're going to have children. I'm going to be married. I mean, it's going to be not me and my household. Then that negative going to have to be, my positive going to have to be strong enough that I already incited. I already marked, already elevated my areas around me. It's another mark. So if I place a mark in front of me and say, how you fight, you used to fight, step over this line. That means you in a fight. But that's my mark. Step over this line. Now I have a field or a court range that's bigger. So when we doing this is the big example. Your positivity range to your negativity range. You ever see a graph? If you say shooting, like you playing sports, your shooting percentage, your 3-point percentage, your rebound percentage, your assist percentage, your blocks, it's in a hexagon. And at every point, put one of those words or one of them skills you need. And then within that graph, put color in it and move whatever side more to what skill is the strongest. Not saying those other skills you don't have. Not saying that they're weak. They're just an inability because you have to work on them. Because one day that graph going to be in color is going to be filled out. So if you chose, if the outline is in black, the hexagon and all the points, and you do better at defense, all the color is going to be more on the defense side. And then all the other side is going to be less of the color. That don't mean that you're not there. But it's going to show the range of the color. So the range of your positivity, you're inside of a circle. And your circle is going to expand. Your circle should always be, that's elevating. That's a new mark. So within my house, my area have got greater. So if I don't watch negative shows that's not helpful to me in my bedroom, first of all, for me, I'm not going to have a TV in my bedroom. That kills intimacy. I'm not going to have, the only visual should be in your room is pictures and books where you can use your imagination. Because with a partner, you're not following the structure, you're creating, building, and forming, because that's how your foundation is going to last. So in your positivity, basically you're going to find, I challenge you to find your foundation. You don't build a house on just anything. You need a foundation. And then you go there with the crew. My crew is going to be my wife. The people that support me, the people now in this newfound element of love is helping me understand. I'm not bringing, this is another thing we have to think about. I'm not bringing now, you got to understand this. And I'm in the now. It's a gift, it's a present. I'm not in my past because I'm not going to absolve myself, but I know what my past held for me. I'm not going back there. I don't need it. That certain things in your past you don't need. So if you're searching for a foundation or a commit with someone, if you're using only what all the men that you have chose done to you, you won't have a good future because you can't even prepare yourself because you're worrying about what another man did and you're not even working on yourself. Now you're seeking validation from a person that's not even going to matter in your future because you prepare for your future. You can't predict it or you don't know. You just prepare for it. And by doing the thing you're supposed to be doing. So if I'm working on my career, there's no way. And if a person is working on their career or whatever they're trying to do, or if they just working with me and we got a career together because they doing the things that's helpful to me. They doing the things that's harder for me. That's what courtship is. We in it together. There's no separate or divide in our decisions. And if it is, that don't mean that's not the right person. That means we need to go talk. Why is it so hard? And then you can't make a decision without having communication. And I see so much. We always go, and that's another thing we do. We go searching and finding, and we always say it, but I learned this. We got so far away from everybody saying, now if I go to a different country, I'm going to find a wife and husband. I don't see that. Men keep telling me that. Because people be such as, they're like, wow, you're truly a genuine person. And I'm bragging on myself. My friend, he kept saying he was not humble, whatever. That's on him. That was his plight. That was his negative surrounding him. But I know that I have not done what the women say I've done. And even when I try to explain to women to hold themselves accountable or responsible, I get this feedback as in, well, he shouldn't have done it. But that's like going back to it. Why go down the alley and then blame someone? But then when the things that you didn't want to happen to you, now you're ready to get revenge. I don't seek revenge. If I'm not putting myself, and I still won't seek revenge, in the situation to get shot and killed, I will tell my family, don't seek revenge on them. You don't need revenge. Revenge is only for people, and it's going to sound silly to a lot of people. Revenge is for people that know they was in the wrong. Only notice if we say justice if justice is going to meet them and peace is I'm going to receive, let me have my peace. So let it be what it is. They chose that. They're not attacking you no more. They wanted me, they got me, let it be. And if I wasn't the right person, still let it be. Don't put so much energy into things that it's not of you. That's going to sound funny to people. My mother have a gripe against a person from so many years ago. I never was involved because I wasn't even around. The stories have to be explained to me. And some of the stories, I don't pick sides. And I see that in the media and families, that's the divide and separation between us. That's why we think every strong looking woman is a man. Every man that do this and that, he's gay. Because we so quick, we need to choose. I don't need a side. Is this the all truth? And my friend kept saying the truth. No, it's not a the truth. He believed in the absolute. I never say absolute because my experience can change. That's why I stand on, I will suffer for the young men and women. Because I know I'm in this surrounding of America. I never been to Africa, but watching news and reading the news, if the news is the truth, Africa is no different from American. The African women is no African true, like the women that's Northwest, South African, Ghanaian, Congo, whatever. They even fight amongst each other. We do that here. We're nurture, breeded, and foster. I keep saying that. Nobody understands that and listen. Everybody gloss over that. Every time I see that. Nobody asks me, and that's how I know how I'm always in knowledge mode. Somebody say, if we keep saying something over and over, what does that really mean? What is nurture, breed, and foster? Then when I explain it, somebody said, they breed it. Like, yes, you're birthed in that. You're not born that, you're birthed into it. You cannot change, as we say, we can't change the will, right? You say we can't change the will. Don't reinvent the wheel. Okay, don't reinvent it. So I'm going to do enough study on it. Say I don't have to. I can't reinvent the wheel because it's already invented, right? I can add on to it. I think you can make it worse, or I can make it better. This will need maintenance in the joints, so the part that is connected to can keep moving the way they're supposed to move. So if we're not moving in our positivity the way we're supposed to move, everything outside of us is going to look good. It's going to sound pretty, going to look pretty. It's going to taste good, it's going to taste better. But inside of me, it's grimy, it's grudge, it's sludge, it's smog, it's smoke, it's hate. It's things that is unbecoming. That's not even me. I don't know about somebody. I'm not a hateful person. So that's unbecoming of me. I'm a loving person. I'm a caring. I'm a helpful. And if I'm not working within me, who am I? What I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey. It's your choice. Please, please choose wisely. Remember, you can either accept it or not accept it. But remember at the same time, don't allow the anger to be your empowerment. Remember, you have affirmations and reinforcement, but in your empowerment, say, I am great because yesterday I was beat down and today I'm standing and I am no longer beat down. Look at me. I am arising to the occasion. I made a mark. I passed a mark that I never thought I was able to do. That's empowerment. I don't have to mention a person a name. I don't have to give a negative undertone, which I know there's a lot people do. I'm not even gonna put power into a negative I don't even have to say the negative or how other people say it, because I know within me I am better. I am better than I used to be. And I accepted things that I cannot change. But I know I can keep working on me to be a better person. That means if I have trouble with that figure eight, I know it's okay. Some people got a belief, make your belief. And when I hear that, I say, okay. But when a person started to, I don't go into the negative. I just say, okay. Because I know every day I am not doubting myself no more. I don't need to doubt. I don't got to move at somebody else's speed. And if a person see you for who you are and they see you, when a person truly see you, I don't care about the spiritual side when people see me, because we're supposed to see that. In actuality, we supposed to. If you can't, you just can't. It's a big deal, but then it's not a big deal. It depends on where you at in your marks and your elevation in your life. Where are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? And where are you going? Where are you at? So that's up to you. So I want you to be your best you always. Make sure you make the best decisions for yourself. Not everyone perspective is part of you, but it has good wiseness in it, good counsel, and it got good advice. So you have a structure in yourself, or you have things in you that you can make better or make stronger. Or then, I know this sounds silly, I don't expect nobody to get this. When I get it all together, it's okay that I have trouble with this figure eight, because I know I didn't give up. I know I went down to court. I know I came back. See, I'm in the court. I'm in my mark. And I mark it off. Today I did it. Every day. I'm not going to mark it off and try not to complete it because I'm having a hard time. That's the reason I am going to try my best, because I'm having a harder time completing it compared to what I know I'm capable of. You see what I did? Compared to know what I'm capable of. See, I didn't think about another person when I did that. I didn't have to, because I don't know what that person's going through. I don't know what they're doing to be better. But compared to what I am capable of, you always, and I'm going to end it off with this, always compare yourself to what you are capable of. Iron sharper iron. But remember, that sword is double-edged. So the words and the power and ability you give to everything you say and do, that is up to you. Shalom.